Hi everyone, as we know that the Material app is actually the basic building block or the basic widget of a Flutter app, which contains then the other widgets inside it, including Scaffold and other widgets and buttons and whatever app bars, drawers, and everything inside it. So today we are going to discuss actually the scaffold and how the scaffold is used within the Material app, and what are the uses of the scaffold actually. So let's start. So this is our basic app, a Material app. We know in the Material app we have one title, which is, let's say, the title of our app, my Material app, and then we have uh, another property in the Material app, which is home screen. So home screen it can be, let's say, it's a text which is saying my material home screen. Let's call it material home screen. And we can also have some theme inside it. Let's say theme is theme data, and we define some primary color for our app inside it. Primary color is colors dot red. That's it. And let's now run this app. First of all, Control S, and we run this, and let's see what we will see on the screen. Okay, so the app is running now on the emulator, and you see I just see a Material home screen here because this is what the home screen contains, just a text widget with Material home screen. So what will a scaffold do if I add a scaffold widget to this app? The scaffold widget will actually make a basic layout for our app and for the home screen also. We can add an app bar, we can add some tabs, we can add some buttons, we can add a nice home screen with different kind of text input and home and buttons and all those other kind of fields, input fields, whatever we want, some drawers, whatever. So let's start implementing a scaffold widget here in this Material app. So let's call this a home screen. We remove this text widget from this home property of the Material app, and we just call a home screen class, and we know the home screen class does not exist. Create class home screen. Okay, it extends a stateless widget. Okay, now this stateless widget should have also an override function build context. Build function which should have build context as its parameter, and yep, so we have this here now. Okay, so here we can return a scaffold widget, and inside this scaffold we have an app bar property which contains an app bar. The app bar has a title, let's say, which is a text field, and we call it, let's call it okay, so this is somehow this is wrong, it should be like this. Okay, this app bar has a text which is called we call it scaffold app bar, and it has a body inside it, and body has, let's say, it can have anything. We can have, first of all, a center widget which contains a text widget inside it, and this text widget we can write scaffold body. Okay, so this is app bar which ends here. So we can end this with a semicolon. That's it. This one of the parentheses extra. So there is an error here. Okay, yeah, this should be a child here, a named parameter child here, and that's it. So that's what it is. We have a scaffold. Inside it we define an app bar. The app bar has a title, and inside the scaffold we also have a body which contains our home screen. So if we control S now and see how our app looks like, so you see now our app has a basic layout. It looks, you know, much better. You can put some icons here or whatever. We can put some buttons here or whatever. So let's put some other child, let's say. But we can have, like, let's call it children actually. Let's delete everything, and this center has, let's say, children. Okay, or we can have some container, let's say. Or let's say for simplicity we keep it as it is. Let's have a child text inside it, and we can have another button, let's say, inside the body. Let's create, or let's wait, how, yeah, this button, sorry, should be outside this center. Yes, so let's put a, oops, let's put a button here, another button widget, and let's call it floating action button. And so I added a floated action button here. So this should also contain a name property, which is floating action button is a property of a scaffold. So you see, and inside this you can have a text, let's say, or let's have an icon property inside it. Icons dot, let's say, email, and this can be contained, yeah, inside this icon class. And we can have an icon parent, or we can have a child. This is a child, sorry, this should be a child of the floating action button, yeah. And then we have an onPressed function here. In this onPressed function, anything can happen, like any action you can define can happen, which whenever you press this function, because it's a function, so you can have these function arguments here. Yeah, and this is missing. Yeah, so that's it, you know. So you have now also a floating action button inside a scaffold. So let's see. So you see there is a floating action button as well. This is a body. This is something here. Yeah, so there are some other properties as well. You know, you can see by clicking here. You have background color. You can have a background color, let's say colors dot yellow for the whole screen. So now the whole screen color will be yellow, as you see. So apart from that, you know, whatever you write, like for example TE, so you know, this is some drawer, bottom navigation bar. Okay, so you have a bottom navigation bar here as well. So you have some if I TO bottom sheet, so you also have a bottom sheet is also a part of a Flutter, you know, because some bottom sheet will come up from here. So So there are many widgets, you know, which you can get from you see a drawer, and then you can, you know, define any, you know, drawer header, and then you have the details and whatever, you know. So you can have a drawer also for navigation drawer for also your for your Flutter application. So Scaffold has a lot of widgets that can be added, you know, to a Scaffold widget. So a lot of properties, a lot of widgets inside a Scaffold widget, you know. Those it makes this is, you know, making your layout of the app, so so that the app has, you know, all the relevant components, you know, that you can you need to, you know, move back and forth or navigate to different kind of different or to click and to have different events in your app. So that's what a scaffold function is used for. Scaffold widget is used for. So that's was a little bit of explanation of that. Thank you very much.